YouTube? Frickfrack again. It's another brew day. Welcome to it. Today is a super exciting brew day and I have got some fantastic news. I got something new that I cannot wait to try out, and we're going to do it for the first time together right here. So we're going to, like before, we're going to learn as we go and we're going to learn together, okay? So without further ado, Brewers Best Beer Kit. My local supplier is carrying these at an introductory price, makes 5 gallons of beer, has all the ingredients, and we're making today an Oatmeal Stout. Okay, so very exciting. Really liking what's come in these kits. Okay, so I'm going to actually just give you a view of what's going on there and what came in that kit, and we'll go through the process. Okay, so there it is, all unpacked. Alright, so I'm going to go through what we've got here. So first up, we have got our Golden Light pure malt extract, 1 container. We've got 3 pounds? Yeah. 3 pounds of extra dark dry malt extract. We've got 1 pound of flaked oats. 12 ounces of crushed 2-row pale malt, and 1 pound of crushed dark chocolate, 10 ounces, and crushed Victory 6 ounce with Victory malt. So net weight is 1 pound. So that's going to be our specialty grains. Comes with 2 grain bags, a packet of priming sugar, some Brewers Best caps, 1 package or 8 ounces of maltodextrin, and 1 ounce of US Brewers Gold hop pellets, alpha 10.5, and last but not least, our Windsor, British style beer yeast. Okay? So that's our ingredient list, and we're going to have some fun brewing this up. Okay, so an overview of the process. Oatmeal Stout, well, IBUs is 28 to 38, ABV is going to be 5.5 to 6, original gravity 1056 to 1064, final gravity 1016 to 1020, color black. Okay, so step first, sanitize, obviously. Then we're going to steep our grains. We're going to steep to convert some of the starches to sugars, so it's going to be a little bit of a longer steeping process, or actually we're going to do a mash. Okay, now we're going to, that's all done, we're going to start our boil, and we're going to add in the 3 pounds of dry, liquid malt extract, and also the dry malt extract, as well as the maltodextrin to the boiling wort. Okay, we're going to continue, and then we're going to take care of our brew schedule, or our boil schedule, sorry, with the 1 ounce of Brewers Gold, and that's at 60 minutes. That's the only hop addition. Boil for 60 minutes, then we're going to terminate the boil. We're going to get our wort chiller in there, we're going to get it chilled, pitch our yeast, and that's it, guys. Alright, so that's the process. Really detailed instructions that come with these kits. I'm quite impressed. It's got an ABV calculator down here, so you can take your original gravity or final gravity and come up with your ABV. It's got here, you can jot down your brew date, your brew schedule, you can jot down the time so you know exactly when to shut it off. Very detailed instructions, guys, so if you haven't tried one of these kits, definitely try it. Okay. Step number 3 has this extra little insert for steeping to convert. We're going to be converting our starches to sugars, so we're actually going to be doing a procedure and a mash. So we're going to have to get our temperatures right, the timing of the temperature, and leave it there for, I think this says, at least a 45-minute steeping time, okay? Plus an hour boil. This is going to be a good 2-3 hours, alright? So I'm going to take note of the time right now. It is 3:55. Okay, and the water here is almost up to a boil, so we'll know exactly how long this is going to take us. Okay. I'm going to get all of our grains put into the grain bags here. Right, so I'm going to try and do this without spilling any of the grains. And actually, use a bowl. And if we spread this over the bowl, it should make this process just a little bit easier. Okay, some scissors. Oh, of course, we spilled a little bit. Those flaked oats smell good. I think that that's all I'm going to put in this bag. Okay. And then the rest of it I'll put in the other one. I'm going to tie a really loose knot at the top so that there's lots of room for the grains to move around inside the bag. Okay. So that one's done. This is our 12 ounces of crushed 2-row pale malt. So the grains have been pre-milled, which is really, really nice. Ready to go, right? I like ready to go. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to put our 1 pound of crushed dark chocolate and crushed Victory 6 ounce of malt. Try and cut this right at the top so I don't spill any. Okay, so we're going to get that one in there. Making sure we don't spill any. And we also want to make sure that we get it all in there. So there we go. Cleaning up a little bit. Oh, that smells good. Okay, so we're going to get this down into the bag. Okay, there we go. Another loose knot at the very top so that we don't lose, or so that we have lots of room for the grain to move around when it expands. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one in there like that. So once we get the grains in there, this is going to be our next additions once we get the grains steeped and we're bringing up to a boil. Once all that's done, maltodextrin, dry malt extract, liquid malt extract. Okay, so I'm at 154, just getting that temperature to 155, and that's when it says to put our grains in. And then we need to maintain a temperature of between 148 and 152, never to exceed 155. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play with the heat and see if I can get it to stay at 150, 150. And if I can get it to stay at 150, I think that would be fantastic, and we'll leave it for 45 minutes, and then I won't have to take it off of here, okay? So here we go with our first, we're going to put our specialty grains in first, okay? So pour all that in there. And here we go, 155 grain addition, first bag, okay? Nice and easy, we're going to let it go in there. Turn the heat on because my temperature just dropped. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So, there we go. Whoops. Well, put that in there. We're going to leave that off to the side here. Okay. Add that on that side. And here is our oatmeal. I'm going to put that in here on this side. Get it down in there nicely. Okay. Okay, so I'm starting my timer, 45 minutes. Here we go. Anyways, we're sitting at 154 right now. I have the alarm set at 150, and I'm hoping that I can maintain that 150 mark. So I've got the heat completely off, And we're just going to keep stirring this stuff around here and see if I can get that to drop, because we want it to be around 152, no more, right? So here's hoping I can lose those couple of degrees. I'm not going to put my lid on until I know that I've lost those 2 degrees. Once I have, I'll keep that lid on, and we'll sit here for the hour or 45 minutes and try and maintain this temperature. So it's coming along nice here. I'm sitting right now, it's at 149 degrees. So in just a minute from now, I'm actually going to turn on the heat just to bump it up. Turn it on low. I'll just bump it up to like 151 and shut it off. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that because I don't have a mash tun and I want to leave it in here steeping the grains. That's how we're going to accomplish maintaining that temperature for 45 minutes. So while the heat's on, it just hit for 148. While the heat's on, I want to just keep kind of the bottom moving because I don't want to scorch these grain bags that are actually sitting on the bottom. Okay, so it's jumping really, really fast here. I just hit 150. I'm going to take it to 151 and then shut that heat off again. Actually starting to get some foam on top here. It's turning into wort, guys. It's turning into wort. And we're already with 12 minutes gone. $33 to go.
Sometimes I feel all alone, no life from the radio, looking around for more. And I know why I let it all go. And I know why I move so slow.
Well, this is a much easier way to stir it up with the grains. Just kind of keeping bobbing the bags and keeping that liquid moving. Okay, so we're still sitting at 150. I've got the heat on pretty low. Oh, wow, does this stuff ever smell good, guys. So this is working out really nice, guys. Actually, I've only had to turn the heat on once. Brought it back up to 152, stirred it around, and I put the lid back on, and I'm sitting at 151 right now, and it's maintaining, which is really nice. Now, I've got the lid on. I have 18 minutes left, 18 and a half minutes left for the steeping. Then we're going to take those grains out, and we're going to let them strain. I'm a minute and a half left, and I've got another pot here with another sieve, or strainer, and I'm going to put the grain bags in the strainer and I'm going to let them drip for a while, and I'm actually going to rinse the grains with a little bit of extra water. But as you can see here, I don't have a lot of headroom in this pot already, so I'm going to have to be very careful with the amount of water that I add or rinse the grains with. I didn't think of that earlier, unfortunately. Lesson learned. Oh, temperature is getting a little too high. Only 50 seconds to go. So again, I figured if I rinse with maybe a couple of liters of water, I'm actually going to have at least an inch and a half of headroom. But I'm still going to have to be extremely careful when it comes to the hot break. If I do get a hot break, I have a spray bottle here with some water in it so that I can try and control it. I have a gas stove so I can adjust the heat. Okay, so 30 seconds to go. Here we go, guys. Okay, there goes my timer. You don't want to squeeze this, guys. The instructions are very specific. Don't squeeze it. Okay, so we're just going to let it drain by itself. I'll bring the other one up here as well.
It's true, we reap just what we sow.
Okay, now we're going to take our, this has been brought up to 150 degrees, this water, so we're just going to nice and gently, just a little bit of water, rinse through these grains. Okay, into the little pot. Again, I don't want too much because I don't have a lot of room left. I guess this is considered kind of like a little bit of a sparge, right? We're just sparging the grains to rinse any other sugars that are left. Okay, so I wish I could do a real sparge and get all of it out there, but that's the best I'm going to be able to do with this. So I'm going to let those drain out for a little while, and once that's done, I'll pour that into the big pot here, and we'll carry on with our boil. Okay? And boil start.